Hello, welcome to 3Spoonies. We are your hosts, Claire, Joe, and Karen. This episode is 3.5, where we are discussing contingency planning. So, we are going to go into some questions based on everything that we were talking about on how we manage our contingencies, sometimes not very well. I am Claire from Sparkle's Gift Boutique.
And I'm Joe from Bright Cat Business Solutions.
And I'm Karen from Pony Pony Pony.
And we are 3Spoonies navigating our way through life and business with not enough spoons, but thankfully supporting each other because
that's what's new. Right, I have some questions for us from the community. Mike wants to know, what is the most common thing that goes wrong? And I'm going to start with Karen.
To make clear, I'm not the most common thing that goes wrong, just in case anyone misinterpreted that. I think a really common one actually is underestimating how long things actually take. I think it's really easy to go, oh, I could do that in 10 minutes. And maybe you've not considered, well, sit yourself down, you need to turn something on, get logged onto the website, etc. And actually it can be close to half an hour. So I think having a more accurate idea of how long things take is enormously helpful in terms of your planning, your pricing, everything else.
Agree on that one. I am terrible. Or also thinking how many things I can actually fit into a day, which is sort of a similar one. Because then you'll have a knock-on effect if something is longer than it is. Claire, what about you?
I think mine is pretty much the same, especially with making things. Because sometimes I'm just like, oh, it's just this. And I done it recently with someone who'd ordered some t-shirts but it was like 6 of them. So it's cutting and weeding the vinyl. And I always forget how long weeding vinyl can take sometimes. I'm like, I'll say to Ricky, like, oh, give me like an hour or like an hour and a half and I'll be down. And about 2.5 hours later, he's like, are you coming? I'm like, oh no, sorry, I'm still you're still working through. Yeah, I think that is my biggest thing, how long things take. And it's very easy to forget.
It is. I think for me, it's the surprise fatigue of pain. It's like you can be steaming through your list, getting through everything's fine, and all of a sudden it'll hit you like a wall of you need to go lie down, which will throw the rest of your day out and mean you have to then rejig the rest of the week. I find that really frustrating.
Especially when you're in that mindset of like you want to get things done.
Yeah.
So and if you've really been on it, that's probably the worst one for me. Right. Next question is from Lizzie. Do you think it's a negative thing to focus on what might go wrong?
I think if you overfocus, yes. If you kind of constantly think of, oh God, this could go wrong, like you're never going to get anywhere. I don't really think about what could go wrong in what I'm doing. If I'm working on a new design for something, say I might order like an extra item that I'm going to print onto, just in case it goes wrong.
Yeah.
But I've learned to keep spare bits of material around now for testing and stuff. But there's always going to be something that goes wrong. I think you just have to accept that is life. And that sounds really harsh. You just have to accept it and deal with it. But there's always going to be something, whether it's something going wrong with what you're actually doing or your health throwing you a curveball. So I think there's always going to be something.
What about you, Karen?
Yeah, well, I think it's something that comes with experience as well. If you've never done something before, it's easy to go, oh, well, that will all be perfect and that'll be easy and I'll know how to do everything and I won't get stuck or bored. Whereas if you've done it for a while, you know typical things that may be an issue and also things that you can put in place to deal with it quite easily. And it doesn't all have to sort of be negatives. It can be, well, this works to motivate me. This is a good way to communicate with people, to let them know what the time scale is. It's all those skills you're not born with. You kind of develop them over time, and it doesn't have to be focusing on worst case scenario, but if that's been an issue in the past, I'll do this so it's not an issue next time, then that just helps you out, really.
It does. I mean, I wouldn't look at it on or focus on it as what might go wrong. I focus more on it of it's all part of the planning process.
Mm.
Because some things will go wrong, and building in extra time or making sure you're looking after you things you should be doing anyway, because it's just good business practice and good self-care. So I wouldn't look at it as focusing on what might go wrong.
The Activity Connector's mission is to inspire children, young people and adults alike to find the right activities for them through collaboration. We believe there's a sport or activity for everyone. We aim to bring organisations together to benefit children, young people and adults within an educational setting. If there's a particular need, we'd love to talk to you and see if we can help fill it. We're currently working with organisations looking at domestic violence, county lines, mental health, first aid training and sports coaching. Or do you have a hobby that makes a massive impact on you? Or are you looking for a new hobby? Why not drop us a message and listen to the Power of a Hobby podcast? Always looking for more guests to come on and share what they love to do. Or do you work for a charity and want to get more exposure about what you do? Or are you looking at sports events and need more support to set them up and get them going? Why not drop us a message and we can chat and see what support we can offer you? All this and much, much more at theactivityconnector.com. Full links in the show notes.
A final question might actually be difficult for us to answer. It's from Jude. Is it worth paying for illness insurance if you're already ill?
Oh, you know what? I've never thought about it, really. I think because I can never judge how my days are going to be. So I've never thought about it. But yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's difficult to answer because I've heard some horror stories where people feel performing right and therefore they've not got money that they should have been entitled to, even though they fought it. But I've also known people who it's been a lifeline, but I don't think any of them were actually already ill to start with. I'd imagine it might cost them more.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
might
when you
want
think
to
about,
ask Sarah about, I think, because
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if you can claim for a same condition you've already got, but maybe for specific symptoms or conditions, or, if you can't work at all, that's not a situation you're currently in. So yeah, the premiums I'd imagine would be higher, but there must be some sort of wiggle room.
Yeah, I mean, let us know in the comments if you'd like a more in-depth discussion on insurance for when you're ill, especially as a disabled person. Let us know and we will get an expert in and ask them all those questions.
Yeah, because we are not experts on this.
I suppose it's because when I've done my holiday insurance for Iceland, and it's like medical conditions, and it's like, you fill in one, and it's like, do you want to add another box? Go on then. Do you want to add another one? Go on. What medication are you on? Oh, let's get the list out. And those things affect just your general insurance, whether it's travel insurance, life insurance. So I've never thought about it for like work, but I can imagine it'd have the same effect of like the things that you've already got. Would it cover you for them? Would it cost, like, how much more would it cost you? Because, there's more conditions than someone that doesn't have some kind of disability or chronic illness. So yeah, yeah, I think we might need an expert. I'm throwing it in there for people anyway. We need an expert. Because I am not that expert.
That's all the questions I have. Right, over to you.
I'm going to chuck in a question before it goes from my brain. So, when you've got those contingency plans in place and they don't go to plan, how do you cope with it?
Having a flap, walking away, and then coming back later. Because you need to clear your head.
That is so very true.
Yeah, I
Karen.
think it also depends how much not to plan it's gone. If it's you've intricately planned all these steps you're going to do, and you wake up that morning and you can't see straight and everything's gone a bit pear-shaped, that's really hard to deal with. Whereas if it's, realistically, I need to go and have a nap, I'm going to need to restart this afternoon, that's a bit of a setback. But like a year from now, a few hours either way will make no difference whatsoever at all. It's sort of dividing up the difference between a genuine crisis when, as you said, Joe, you need to go and get your head back together and then look at what you're going to do next, and something that's annoying, but it's not the end of the world, really.
Yeah, no, that is fair. I know one of the contingencies I have obviously is my affiliates, and I have some that are incredibly amazing, and then you have some that are just like, oh, I need to, it's my thing is, it's like, I don't put pressure on them. I'm like, work to your, because I work to my own limitations. I'm
Mm.
like, you set your own goals, you set your own targets. This is what your commission rates are, but I'm here to support you for anything that you need. And sometimes I do, they're my contingency for when I can't do as much. And I end up for the ones that are like, oh, I need extra support and stuff like that. I'm just like, I end up doing more for them. And it's like, but nothing changes. So I'm just like, I need to kind of step back from my contingency plan in a way, and kind of, which is why I'm reevaluating it at the moment as well. It's, it's a good contingency plan when it works, but it's like now I need to manage it because it does partly work, but parts of it don't.
Mm.
And it's
Well,
kind
it's
of like,
also that having the right people behind you. It's like for Joe, if you brought in a load of associates and some of them weren't so great as you thought, then that's not helping at
Right,
all.
that's
It's
just more stress.
yeah.
oh yeah, no, it definitely is. So thank you for joining us, Three Spoonies, on contingency planning questions. We'd love to know your thoughts in the comments and any questions that you have. If you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe for our weekly podcast and leave us a review. Please be kind. You can find us on social media. They're on many platforms. And we'd love if you join us in the Business Success Network for Disabled Entrepreneurs Facebook group. You can also buy us a coffee if you like what you do. And we like what we do even. Words are an issue. All the links from today will be in the show notes. We will see you next week for our topic, which is access to work with Jemima Wilcox. Have a great day. Keep track of your spoons.